What's up, YouTube? COD4Man221 here, and welcome back to OKW 2 online commentary. Yes, I'm back. We had a little bit of a break there. I went home for Thanksgiving, and then got back to school. And I like to call the week before finals week Hell Week, mainly because you're doing massive projects and trying to get everything done for the finals that are coming up. So I'm hoping to get this video out, maybe one more. Maybe I'll do a quick Q&A this week. But I'm going to be focused on those finals. That's going to be the major focus. Now you can see where I'm playing with Nick. Nick is British. I'm the Americans. I'm also using the heavy cavalry commander. I'm not using the latest commander in this match. I actually wanted to win. The latest commander seems a little bit underpowered. We're also going against the Tiger Ace guy and against this Tools guy. So the battle plan is for Nick and me. We're going to split. This map's always very split. One's in the far north, one's in the south. So you have to be careful about being doubled. But I'm going to try to take the field up north, and Nick's going to be fighting in the south primarily. And they got rid of suppression on a couple wagons, but they're still like the most annoying. Though I've had trouble like countering these guys with my riflemen, unless they get early bazookas, which is it's kind of a decent waste of fuel. I have a very hard time destroying this guy. So I see this and I'm like, oh, gotta pull back. I'm gonna lead him into a little bit of a trap. I can flank around possibly, or I'm actually gonna come right here. And also some more riflemen over here. So he's outgunned right now, or he's about to be, with 4 riflemen right there. And then all these guys right here shooting at him.
Rifle squad ready for action.
So he's actually gonna come around the truck and get shot at. And I'm going to keep engaging these forces. And you can see Nick is down here engaging. He's a machine gun in the house. And should be able to easily win that fight. And you can see I've decided to flank around. He's basically stuck in the open. And I'm going to try to push this guy if I can. He's very little health here. And I'm going to push up here. He's shouting, help me. And we shot him in the back. So he's done here. And then we also have these units right here. I'm going to try to kill this wagon if I can. I'd really just need a rifle grenade if I could just get one of these off. But we're not veteran one. Nick has put all the troops in the house here. And he is pushing them back. Vickers well, they did before the update. Vickers were very, very good. Look how little health this guy has here. I need to turn around and start dealing with this unit that's shooting me in the back here. So I'm pushing a little too far. He's almost dead, and I'm just going to have to fall back in the situation, which just sucks because I'm going to lose 2 of my rifleman squads if I don't get them out of here, and I have to pull them all the way back to base early on. But I do have another rifleman squad out. So let's look what's going on down here. You can see Nick is engaging these guys in the house, but the Vickers was ridiculously good. I'm not sure how they are on this new update, but it seems to me like coming to Heroes 2 will do a massive like balance patch, right? And then they'll mess a lot of things up, and they'll go change a bunch of stuff again. And most of the changes come to the OKW. I've not played as them yet. I will, and test them out. But what's cool is that this guy's gonna pick the new Doctrine with the Goliath, so we'll be able to see that in action. I shouted Nick, Goliath! And we had like, it reminded me of Company of Heroes. Not Company of Heroes. Company of Heroes 1, they had the Goliath, but it reminded me of in Call of Duty 2. Not Call of Duty 2, like Call of Duty also. Some of the earlier World War II, I think they had a Goliath at some point. So I'm going to build this and reinforce it. I just want to hold this position here. I don't want to get pushed back. They can flank me here, but this is a decent arc. But I have not disagreed with this. Look at these rifle grenades coming in. These things are deadly. Look how much health I just took out of that full health grenadier here. Bolts grenadier. Like, look, that's perfect right there. And this is almost done too. It takes actually a while to upgrade that, surprisingly. Now my riflemen moving up here, so. Especially when they're bunched up like this, I'm forcing them back. And these guys are now vet 1. They have killed 1 unit so far, so. He also built a sandbag here. We'll see what happens to that in a little bit. So Nick has fortified along here. They're mortaring him though, so he's got to keep popping in and out of the building. Nick has, oh, there's all his troops. They're coming up. Still dealing with this guy again. Now I'm going to charge in again, and this is not a mistake, but my opponent takes smart use. I'm in the negative cover here in both areas, and I got my guys there by accident, so I'm just going to have to disengage. This is a poor engagement from me up here. They're also going to get possibly flanked. I have these units here, though, to shoot at them. And, I mean, even though it's not that poor of an engagement, we probably would win this fight, but We're some low health units here. And once these grenadiers come in, I'm going to have to fall back again. So it's going to be critical for me to be able to get an ambulance up here, which I'm doing right now. I had to keep my units longer in the fight. And then you can see Nick has got a sniper. So he's pretty good with snipers. He really loves these units here. So I wish the Americans had snipers and mortars. They're really lacking those two things, something they actually did have. And I'm like, I dare this guy. This is a 50 cal right here. He's just on the edge of our range here, and he's actually, if these guys are vet 1, I could probably actually hit that. But yeah, he's going to back up from that. And he knows there's a machine gun here, so I don't get why he's actually assaulting. We will change this target right here, and we also have rifle grenades, so he's going to disengage. I'm still holding the victory point up here, which is important, because we have just one, actually. We didn't actually seize the munitions. We're so focused on fighting in the south, so that will have to change. I do have a machine gun coming up. I do want to put another machine gun like along here, maybe. I want to take that feel from them. And see, Nick's sniper is up here. A lot of grenadiers, so Nick is trying to reinforce desperately, get this unit to stay alive, basically. And Nick's sniper is venturing very far into the Wehrmacht territory over here. He's going to try to actually kill the German soldier right there. And he actually just let him go. But that guy, look at that. Brutal. Those are anti-tank shells he's shooting. Shells. Bullets. And I actually saw that live in the game. I just like scrolled down to Nick and I'm like, damn. So Nick's made already 2 kills. He could have actually wiped out 2 squads there. This guy should have been gone, but the sniper didn't see him. So my opponent is laying mines, so I'm making a mental note to watch out for mines. And the Kubelwagen's here now. I do have a machine gun over here. I'm basically defending my position. I really doesn't have anything up here for all the territory he has. Something with 3 squads when we have veteran troops, he's in a little bit of trouble. So I'm starting seizing some territory. But he does have a lot of cheap infantry. I've noticed a lot of Volks from OKW players on this patch. I mean, almost like a Volk spam. So I'm gonna have to move up my ambulance too. So once again, not the best engagement for me. I feel like I'm getting really bad engagements along these fields here. We're losing a lot of troops, and I gotta pull back that squad. But this squad will just hands down lose to my lieutenant right here, especially because they're not shooting back. So I pulled back that squad, and they just got out of there, luckily. And I have to pull back once again. So this is a very bad field. We've lost a lot of U.S. soldiers on this. And unfortunately, I could not get that guy, but he has 2 wounded squads here. And I am capturing their field, so they're not going to like that. So I have this to guard the machine gun's flank, and that one can help cover that flank. So I do have my units here, and I now have enough for my awesome Rangers. I absolutely love this unit. I loved it in our Dense Assault, and I love it online. It is like the most powerful infantry the Americans had. They really lacked elite infantry until the Rangers, and it shouldn't have taken them basically a year. Well, we got September update, about a year and 2 months to even get Rangers to the United States, especially when they were in the Ardennes Assault in November. But you have to upgrade these guys with the Thompsons. Like, these guys are a close range. Like, we'll see how well they do. So a little bit of a standoff down here. They do have a little bit of a mortar spam against Nick. Once again, these guys are coming up here, but they're going to throw a grenade. An incendiary grenade, which came back. That was previously gone. And they're actually going to turn that into their favor here. But I'm actually, yeah, they're actually going to pull back from the fight. They might have actually won that. I'm going to pull back my lieutenant. At this point, I realize I need to really, really get back. Maybe move the ambulance up soon. And I'm about to say, if he wants to go against our Thompson and all our units here, we will shoot this thing. So he's actually got 4 kills so far with that. Once again, I'm going to get a bad engagement here if I'm not careful, but he is so close to getting killed here. He's going to leave these guys basically to fight against all this. Yeah, I am blobbing here. This is really bad. And he's just going to pull all the way back. So this is like, yeah, I'm going to blob here. It's kind of bad. And really quickly, Nick is trying to not get flanked here. He's trying to repair this. He's going to hop out and try to set up his machine gun. I'm in the midst of everything. I'm dodging grenades. I'm trying to take out units here if I can. just shooting point blank. And these units, the Rangers will absolutely excel against units in close range here. So I gotta keep dodging grenades. They're actually doing a little bit of damage here, but he's actually gonna lose his squad if he's not careful. And he's getting pretty lucky. Nope, that squad got wiped out. I'm gonna try to kill that. So with this beat up squad, I'm gonna capture this point here. And Nick's machine gun did manage to hop into the building. He's got to be careful. This could actually fall down. That house is going to collapse here, so. There we go. So Nick does have to be careful. He has a sniper. He could really use his sniper to maybe try to take out that. And Nick, I wonder if he cursed there and put it to puppy. I can't imagine Nick really saying puppy. And I realize I need to relocate up north, so we're going to head up there. I'm going to send some units here, and I'm also going to grab my good old majors coming out here.
Krauts are taking one of our points.
They're going to take back some of their points. I just want to stall them, and I also want to get some munitions for me. They do control this one. So Nick's going to do exactly what I was saying earlier about maybe trying to take out some of these mortars. Now keep in mind, all these mortars need is 2 crew. After they lose 2 crew, they're done. So I'm just gonna grab this and run. Get around the hedgerow here and pull back.
All sectors.
You know, I only really used in this doctrine. We'll see the Pershing later, but I really like the Rangers. They're really good
The enemy
units.
is overrunning one of our capture points.
So this guy's out on the field. I'm gonna try to get a Sherman when I can, especially to kill this stupid Kupelwagen. So I'm trying to wonder. Let's hop on the Nick.
Capture point is being overrun.
I'm trying to figure out. Wow, this is almost destroyed there. That looks really dead. Nick doesn't really have a whole lot of units here. He has a second machine gun out. That's near me. This is going to be critical. I have enough units over here that it's going to be stupid if he tries to attack this point right here. And you can see we're still on the hedge right here. We can actually reinforce too from around this range. No, we can't. I lied. But we're close to reinforcing. These guys got pushed back. And I'll take this all day long. They don't have any rifle grenades or anything until these guys come down here. But thankfully, Nick's guy was guarding my flank here. This is a combined attack by both of our opponents here. And we will absolutely shred these units point blank. Except we're pretty injured right now, but so trying to flank around the hedge. I'm going to send some more units over here. I'm trying to keep my Rangers alive. Basically, they're injured, and I'm reinforcing. But they're in the negative cover here, and they've been pushed back. And he moves the mortars this far up, and I'm like, really? So this Ranger unit's getting healed very quickly. I'm grabbing a second Ranger soon when I can. Dodging the mortars as we run towards these guys. I will wipe out one of these squads here. Look how fast this squad just gets killed by my Rangers here. So I almost wiped out 2 of them. They left the AT up here. Throwing a grenade on that, right? Because I have my own Sherman moving up, so I figure this is perfect. Kill the AT. And you know what I want to kill? Misfed 2 Kupelwagen, who has 6 kills. And surprisingly, this gun doesn't actually shoot in the front here, and he's gonna I'm gonna miss barely, so he's actually gonna get away. And Nick also has a Cromwell back here, one of my personal favorite vehicles. And look at that! Literally, the car is literally about to fall apart, and I gotta pull back. So I'm gonna pull out of here basically and try to get back. They did take the fuel back briefly. They have the Fallschirm, no, stormtroopers, not Fallschirmjägers. I'm trying to make sure our tanks are okay. They could easily move up with these units here. And Nick is... This is what... not the average player doesn't usually do this, but destroying enemy heavy weapons is always a good thing. That way they can't reman it with some cheap infantry. I could destroy the mortar, but I don't really care if they man that. I don't really want it. I don't think I can manage it that well. But we've now set up on the road here, and we're going to be reinforcing our my units here, basically. And it will heal units also. So Nick really doesn't have a whole lot down here. And he could really use some more units. But you can see Nick is going to launch the... Let's see if we can capture this actually flying in. Really logistics gliders coming down.
We got a new unit ready and on the field.
I'm watching it on the mini map here. Probably coming around here somewhere, I feel like. There we go. So you can see the commandos are coming out here. And you can actually reinforce and heal off of this with medics. So I'm once again engaging 2 opponents over here, but Nick does have armor support for me. Now if you're smart, you can actually run these guys over, kind of. So I'm just going to do this kind of thing. And I have to be very careful. He has like multiple Volksgrenadier squads here. And I'm going to pop smoke and get out of here. So I actually didn't do anything really, but I did lose a rifleman squad there, so I'm forced to pull back here. I have captured the fuel again. So we have all the fuel basically. And I don't think that costs fuel, yeah. More Rangers are out here, so.
All sectors, a capture point is under attack.
Yeah, the Rangers are also vet 2 right here, so I could easily. These Rangers will, you know, shoot. These guys have 20 kills already. These Rangers with their upgrades will absolutely shred the cheap infantry my opponent is making mostly. However, after all, the oh, Nick's actually getting hurt there. However, the Oversedan are much tougher shells to correct. They hit me with 2 rifle grenades here. I tried to pull back. That obviously didn't work. And you can see we are just going right after these guys, trying to kill them. And the Kupelwagen is still alive somehow. I see that he's running towards the mortar, and I'm like, if he wants to pick that up, I will gladly take him on with this. So Nick's actually going to be right behind him here. And I'm like, if he wants to fight me, I'll take him down. And look how fast we just wiped out that unit right there. So 5 kills already for this unit, 22 for this guy. I'm going to push against this mortar here. Now, my infantry pulled up here to see what they had. I'm going to move in, and I'm going to destroy their cover here they had earlier. So the Vet 2 mortar is going to be gone here, and I'm just going to have to retreat. And actually, before I retreat, I'm going to see these guys are going to retreat. I'm going to wipe out their squads here if I can. And so he lost a Vet 2 mortar and 2 Grenadier squads, eventually with upgrades on them. So he's really hurting for infantry right now. I mean, let's look at it. He has 2 Stormtrooper squads, and he just put one of them on. So he basically lost most of his army. This guy still has a fairly decent Volksgrenadier squad contingent. But he does have a Panzer IV now, so we have to be a little careful of that. And I heard that. So I told Nick to watch out. Nick has activated his emergency repairs, so I will pop down smoke for him. I don't like how bunched up my units are, so I'm going to try to spread them out. Yeah, my shell bounced right off of that, so he's going to have to pull back with smoke, though, because Nick's Cromwell is there. So I'm basically saying if he wants to engage again, we'll gladly take on his units. You even have to try to kill the Oversedan. People have gotten a lot better at dodging grenades, especially the OKW player. Yeah, he's first prestige. Anyway, yeah, we're engaging. I'm gonna have to get these guys closer to do any real damage here. And these guys are over here flanking. So we are absolutely. I mean, I'm losing some units here, well, some troops, but we're winning this fight basically. 33 kills. Like I have a lot of kills here, and he's gonna move over to Sherman again, and we're gonna hit him there. So even his Panzer IV is pretty damaged, but he's gonna try to at least do an ambush if we followed him. So I just stop. I don't have any recon on that area, and I could get killed. So I pulled back there. That was pretty dangerous. And now this guy's here, so I'm winning the infantry fight basically. And the Kupelwagen is still here, so I figure one shot from my Jackson should take that out. So I'm gonna see that, and we see a Panther though, so I gotta be a little careful of that. And my Sherman's almost dead, so if the Panther was to smash right here, I'd be in a lot of trouble. So I'm gonna try to get my units. This is way too close to the front line. I should probably pull back around here. These guys are moving out with the AT and the anti-tank gun and the units that are armed there. And I'm gonna try to. This guy is taking shots at him. Now, if the Panzer IV was healed, it could actually probably participate and help out. So he killed that. That's fine. I'm going to try to kill his AT if I can. And I am still repairing at this moment, so. I'm going to try to take back that fuel. We just want to starve them of fuel. I mean, right now, they're getting 23 fuel because they have a fuel cache and that fuel, but that will drop down to like 16. So I would love to actually kill this Panzer IV if I can. So I'm going to try that, see if I can snipe him. He is very injured, and I managed to do that. So yeah, that's great. I'm going to pull back a little bit with my tank. So there's an AT up here, obviously, and I do have elite infantry here. So yeah, I don't think these pioneers... Okay, I lost my ambulance. They pulled up with everything they have here, and all my infantry's up north. So Nick is trying to help me out, but these guys are in like a blob. I don't have any grenades, unfortunately. But he does have a Comet, which is a great tank against armor. But he has to pull back from this. We have been shooting at him constantly, so they're forced to pull back with all their units. And these guys are even coming to try to wipe out some units if we can. And, you know, when you have the advantage, it's always important to push. And is there a sure an RPG there? Because there was no RPGs back then. So Nick is smart. He knows there's probably AT and units around, so they're able to get that tank successfully out of there, basically. However, I want to kill this thing. This stupid car's been bugging me. I don't know what just blew up right there, but there we go. Goodbye, Kuppelwagen. Not nice to know you. Oh, and they're ambushing units. They've actually sabotaged part of their territory. So I'm going to try to pull my tanks out of here. I am a little blobbed up right now. But I have to get my units out here if I can. You can see Nick is repairing all his units, so that's important. They are launching something. Somebody is. Something's shooting at us. Huh. That was probably something from a doctrine. That's what Nick was saying. Or the sabotage things, yeah. Let me hop onto that. That would be Tops. The early warning. Yeah, so that's what that is from his doctrine. The important thing is, I took a lot of territory. I got the fuel back. And I lost no armor. And I'm getting another ambulance. So I've decided to move my headquarters from the road to over here, a little further away from where we're engaging, where they keep attacking. We have all 3 victory points right now also. So they're down to 155. We're only down to 496. This is a very awesome tank looking. Like, he just have to be careful though. There are a lot of units here. He needs to get commandos. And not a lot of people, some people probably know this, but you can actually get commandos from your glider. So when I see this, I'm going to try to send my tanks, even though they're all healed up, which is good. So I'm going to try to kill this Panzer IV. He has gone way too far ahead of his infantry. And against the Comet with the Panzer IV, yeah, that's not going to work out for you. So no supporting units there. My tanks are here also. And every German unit here has AT, which is really bad. So we have to pull back here. Nick is almost going to lose his tank if he doesn't get out of here. Thankfully, the machine gun is forcing some units back. And I'm actually going to kind of block with my tank to stop them. That way they're not going to hit his tank. My tank's kind of meat shielding for him. And the Shermans here, and we'll start hitting them with HE shells. And I also have the Rangers coming down. I'm actually shooting at Nick's glider over here. I'm going to try to kill units when I can. So there's a Vet 5 unit, for instance, and I will try to kill them. And they're going to get away, unfortunately. Anyway, the Panther's right there. Rangers are surprisingly not that steady. And I gotta get my tanks back in order. A lot of them are just kind of sitting around. I'm trying to micro over here in this fight here. want to pull up my tanks to be able to shoot at the Panther. But I also don't want to lose any. And we're not going to win this fight because the submachine guns are very bad at short range. So it doesn't help we're actually missing here. And then firing the wrong shells. I managed to get that Vet 3 unit out. These guys do have 43 kills on them. Rangers are absolutely amazing. So 43 kills. Like, yeah, these guys are great units. And these guys... All my riflemen, we're killing a lot more of these guys than they're killing of us. You can see we have 121 kills and we've taken a lot of losses, though 96 Americans have lost their lives in this fight so far. Nick Sniper has 7 kills and is doing okay. I managed to make these guys run straight toward my tank, and I actually misclicked. I meant to kill that unit there, but that's okay. I'll pretty much kill this squad here. The unit preservation is not too good by our opponents here. And you can see we control most of this map here. They're very scattered. And yeah, he's not going to win this fight. Especially with our guys shooting, so I'm going to hop out and repair when I can. Yeah, just a lot of rifle shells coming down. Rifle shots. What am I saying? Shells. A lot of rifle shots. And we're going to heal up my units back here. Let's look at 19 kills, 48 kills. Like I said, I love these units. I absolutely love Rangers. They're my favorite unit right now in this game. I'm trying to figure out what my favorite unit is for the Wehrmacht. I really like the Panzer Grenadiers when they were really good. I don't really use Overzone. I love Fallschirmjägers for OKW. British, I love the Commandos. They're like, I like elite infantry that I can micro. Anyway, these guys with their upgrade are going to do quite well against my infantry here. But what they do not realize is that I have a tank right here. And yeah, this really is probably not a good engagement for these guys here. Well, they have AT. A lot of AT.
They have only 75 points remaining.
Nick is going to get the hell out of there. So Nick's able to reserve. He needs some more infantry or something to help protect his tanks here. So I lost the squad. That's okay. I mean, I lost my Sherman. I'm recording this at like 1 o'clock at night, so that's probably why I'm a little tired. So I could find time today. So Nick and me are going to coordinate an attack up here and absolutely destroy these 2 Vet 5 units. He does not see this coming. And these guys are absolutely, yeah, killed. So that's critical. He just lost 2 very veteran anti-tank squads. So yep, 147 kills. They're down to 63 points. And they do have a Tiger Ace coming in. So the Wehrmacht does not have very many units and now is getting very little manpower. So here's what I suggest if you're going to get the Tiger Ace. Make sure you get some Pioneers before you get this thing. You need to have some units to protect it, right? Here's a Goliath. Well, I was talking about this thing earlier. I hear it. So I'm going to back up my tanks. I hear something coming. And then I briefly see it, so we're going to shoot at it if we can. He was looking for where my... and I try to separate here at the last second. And I actually managed to hit that, and it almost blew up my tank. So I could definitely see, you know, using that, send it in, and then send your tanks in to, like, create chaos. But I have a Pershing. And I just gotta say, my Pershing's gonna straight up lose to this guy, which I think is ridiculous. Should have fired the armor-piercing round against him, but I'm just like flat out losing to this cheap Jagdpanzer, like 100. Is it even 100 fuel? They probably changed all this since I used them last. So Goliath is 100. 135. Okay, so it's not that cheap, but still, this is like the best American armor. And they're trying to take this, which is bad. And Nick says he's good, so he's got to get this guy out of here. So they're actually going to kill my machine gun crew if I don't get out here, which I'm going to try to have to retreat here. So. Yeah, he's definitely trying to weaken the Tiger Ace here, but they're going to capture this, unfortunately. But when we kill his infantry, he doesn't have anything left, really.
Drive the attack. They only have 10 points remaining.
So they have 10 points remaining, and they're going to try to capture this point right here, which they managed, which they're going to try to manage to do. I have a lot of infantry to throw at this, though, and I also have a lot of tanks repaired. So ultimately, his Tiger Ace is pretty beat up right now. It came a little too late in the battle to stop them from losing. We'll see their final little push here. You can see this video does not have that much longer left. And Nick with his snipers, taking as many kills as I thought. I was fighting a lot more infantry than he was up north. So we're going to go in and we're going to try to take this point. I wish this had a machine gun on it. So instantly killed down to like one man here, and they're just going to lose that squad. I'm trying to turn around my purging here. And I think they might have weakened it or something, but I'm vet 2 here. And that's just going to kill their armor. If we move up here, which we're going to try to do, Nick with his Cromwell is going to take out that unit there. And I'm moving up with some of my tanks. I figure we can kill this. There we go. So we got all his armor's been destroyed, and this guy does not have a ton of infantry. This guy's also lost all his veteran anti-tank infantry. Those are brand new units, and he said good game. These guys fought hard and well. I think the real issue for them was being able to hold the field. They're never really able to lock down a field. And yeah, they destroyed Nick in the south finally, but it's a little too late. And my Rangers were absolutely critical for me to be able to win this game. 64 kills, you can see, for that unit. And also unit preservation, they lost a lot of units like that. And the Tiger Ace may be here, but Nick has been able to preserve his armor here. And he lost his main gun here, so he's pretty much screwed. So even if we'd fought on and they'd been able to hold those 2 points for a little bit, the Tiger Ace is going to go down here. And yeah, so out of control. The Tiger Ace has been destroyed, so they really had nothing left. They had a couple Volks Grenadiers that we could have taken out, especially with the good old Pershing heavy tank. So just have to use that ability a little more often. But what really helped us win was being able to kind of work together. Like when I got double teamed on North, Nick came. I kind of came down to help him when I could. And the Rangers, man, they had 66 kills, 26 on these guys. That's a lot of kills. All infantry too. I was going against a lot of the cheaper infantry. So I won the infantry fight, and that's what's really important. Anyway, Cod4Man 221 sign up. If you enjoyed here the stats, you want to take a look at them, and I'll see you in the next video.